Is a future Labour government going to take any position in the coming referendum if you win power?
Well, there's two distinctions there. One is about Jeremy Corbyn and what Jeremy said he will do personally, and that's be an honest broker. So what he wants to do is bring the country back together.
Sure.
And by doing that, he will negotiate a deal within 6 months and put it back to the people. So they will have the choice. What we're clear on is that people need to have the ultimate choice on what happens at the end of this process.
In that referendum, would a future Labour government be recommending to the British people to vote for their deal or not?
Well, we've said, like you said in the opening pieces, that we've said that we'll have a special conference to look at that. But I think the most important thing here is we've had 3 years.
That is the party, not the government, of course.
That's the party. But we've said that, the most important thing is that the people get the final say. With the Tories at the moment, we've had 3 years of diver and we've not been able to get a deal. Boris Johnson, of course, did have a deal that he got passed through Parliament and then he collapsed Parliament.
But I'm sorry, Angela Rayner, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've asked a very straightforward question. Would a future Labour government take a position on the deal it has negotiated with Brussels or not?
Well, that's a hypothetical. What Jeremy said, it's a hypothetical, but what Jeremy said, and he's been very clear, and your people that are watching your show today, is that only the Labour Party is going to give people the choice. We're going to negotiate a deal that puts jobs, consumer and environment protections first. It will deal with the Northern Ireland border issue. Within 6 months, we'll put that back to the people and the people will decide and then we'll move on. With the Conservatives, we're going to be constantly in this Brexit withdrawal agreement. They had an agreement on it and they collapsed Parliament. They've got no chance of getting that deal through.
But as things stand, you negotiate this deal, you bring it back. The Prime Minister is neutral. Most of the senior members of the Cabinet are in favour of Remain, because we're talking about a Labour Cabinet now. The party, what we know about the party, is pro-Remain. This is going to be the most unloved, orphan offer to the British people ever. It's going to be a referendum between staying inside the EU and an offer that nobody seems to be going to be speaking up for. Who is going to be leading the pro-Jeremy Corbyn negotiated deal if it's not Jeremy Corbyn and it's not his shadow cabinet and it's not the Labour Party? Who's going to be doing it?
Well, I think some of the problems that we have at the moment is the framing of this is that everybody's Remain, and that's just not true. And actually, the country did vote to leave the European Union, and we said we respected that. So we're not going to be like the Lib Dems and just ignore that. We will negotiate a deal, and we'll put that back to the people, and they will have the ultimate say, and then we'll move on. And I think we need to get past Brexit. I mean, most people listening to this show will have had enough. We've said we'll put a deal forward. We've not had the opportunity to do that yet. The government have had 3 years. They've failed to do that. Our government will put a deal back to the people and they will make the ultimate choice either to leave the European Union with the deal that we have or to remain. And then we'll move on to the issues that are really important to people, like the public services that are under crisis at the moment, including our NHS.
Well,